What is up, DurianRider Nation? I'm your host, Chris Pritchard. Let's get right into the news. Listen, right, if that intro means nothing to you, then you obviously don't watch YouTube much, and in particular Drama Alert. However, if you do watch it, you might have found that just like 0.5% humorous. We're talking YouTube, transition. We're talking YouTube drama today, and in particular the drama between Phil Gaimon and DurianRider. Yay! But first, before we get into that, let's take a look at what else is happening in the world of cycling. And Phil Gilles is the gift that keeps on giving. Well, for me anyway. According to a Cycling Weekly report out today, he's going to be signing for Lotto Soudal. In the report, Cycling Weekly say Philippe Gilbert could be making a return to Lotto Soudal, as he says his non-selection for the Tour de France will definitely play a role in whether he renews his Deceuninck Quick-Step contract. As soon as news broke of the 36-year-old's omission from the Tour, a number of teams were straight on the phone to the Belgian. There's also rumours of him moving to FDJ. Cofidis have shown some interest. However, I've got a feeling he's going to be staying within Belgium. He's not going to want to go anywhere else to finish his career off, really, other than a Belgian team. But like I said yesterday, if the money's right, well, you're going to ride anywhere, aren't you, in the twilight of your career. Next up, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that left a comment yesterday on yesterday's story about Callum Skinner and his retirement from professional cycling and his issues that he had with his mental health, which led to his retirement. Some really positive comments down below. If you've not watched it, go and watch it. Instead of having video of the day today, what I'm doing is having a link of the day, and it's a link to Callum's interview that he did on BBC Radio 5. It's about an hour into the programme, so if you go and watch it, link in the description. Fast forward to about an hour and 10 minutes and you'll find it there, and then sit back, relax and have a listen to everything that Callum explained in the Daily Mail story, but then he goes on to explain a little bit more, and it's great to hear it from the horse's mouth. Alejandro Valverde has extended his contract into 2021. The 78-year-old movie star rider is going to carry on. I mean, look at this picture. Look how old he looks in this picture. That must be one of those Snapchat filters that makes you look really old, because he looks like Michael bloody Douglas. But fair play, he's still doing it and he's still working hard. How gaunt he looks ahead of this year's Tour de France is scary. And finally, according to Alberto Contador, Egan Bernal is the clear favourite for this year's Tour de France. Contador says this year's Tour is going to be the most open edition in years. I think we are facing the most open Tour of recent years. There is no clear favourite if you look at the odds. We are witnessing a generational change and new winners may emerge, with the casualties of Froome and Dumoulin making it even more open. Egan is undoubtedly one of the great favourites, and not only because of his triumph in Switzerland, but because whenever he goes it is a sure victory. And he also has a great team that works very well for him. But he already knows the race. Last year he did well. Now if you want to see just how ready Egan Bernal is for the Tour de France, head over to his Strava, the link's in the description down below, and you can check out the last few rides that he's been putting on there have all been with power as well, so you can see exactly what kind of power output he's putting out there. So head over to Strava and check out his crazy stats from his past 3 rides. Just unbelievable. Shall we have some drama? Oh God, this comment section is going to be mad. What I will say before we start this, down in the comments below, be nice, all right? So this drama between DurianRider and Phil Gaimon seems to be getting a little bit out of hand at the minute. It all kind of started probably, well, from what I can gather, it started way back in January when Phil Gaimon headed out to Australia and took on the Norton Summit hill climb. He pretty much obliterated what would be classed as a normal rider's time up there, and he was going just as quick as some of the pros. So then Harley made a couple of videos recapping that climb and basically saying that there's no way Phil Gaimon can be legit.
I could see no effort in Phil other than he's rocking on the saddle, you know. But it was insane. So for me, Phil with the clean tattoo and doing that performance at Norton Summit in front of my own eyes, I'm highly suspicious. I'm highly skeptical.
I think what annoys Harley the most is the fact that Phil is is all about clean riding. He's got a soap tattoo on his arm that says clean. He competed clean, and DurianRider believes that this is what's the word? Hypocritical of Gaimon to be putting out these watts, to be claiming he's clean when DurianRider says he isn't clean. I don't know how I'd handle that. If someone said to me, I mean, I'd laugh because I'm useless, but if I went well and someone went, you're doping, it would piss me off unbelievably that someone would have the audacity to say that. And it comes with the territory. That's the way the world is now. I know, but why? Why? Why does that always have to be the first thing out of somebody's mouth? Not cracking effort, well done, you're doping. So from what I can gather, this Norton Summit happened in January, and then it wasn't until March that DurianRider made this video, and then the following day he made another video as to what sparked the drama between him and Phil Gaimon.
Blah, blah, blah. Keep writing. And I was like, oh, blah, 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 you know. So that's what caused it.
If someone came up to you and said, you're doping, or I think you're doping, it's absolutely acceptable to get annoyed and pissed off at that person. Because you've got to think, as a professional cyclist, how many times has that happened to him? How many times has somebody said, you're doping, or we think you're doping? It must get a little bit tedious for a cyclist to actually have to go through that and listen to someone say it when they've ridden their whole life clean, when they're riding clean now. Listen, I'm not saying he is or he isn't. It's not my place to say whether he is or he isn't. And how it's relevant is, I don't know, how is it relevant? Let me know down in the comments below, because I don't believe it's that relevant. And don't forget, this guy has just posted videos prior to him having that big crash, posted videos about him wanting to qualify for America at the Olympics. Now, do you not think at some point he's going to get tested during that phase, during that period? If he qualifies and goes to the Olympics, do you not think he's going to get tested? So then all the drama seems to have died down up until last week, when DurianRider posted another video titled, I got the same Team Alibaba Chinese carbon frame as Phil Gaimon, but paid factory direct prices. With someone like him, you never know how much of it's actually trolling and how much of it is actually legit, because the majority of it to me seems just like one big troll. The gist of the video is that, and this is kind of where the beefs up, is that Phil Gaimon is sponsored by a company called Nove. They provide him with the bike. Now what DurianRider is saying is that he can get that same bike from Alibaba, claiming that it's an open source mold. So what he's saying is that the frame that you can buy for $200, $300 on Alibaba is exactly the same as the frame that Phil Gaimon's selling for $2.5 grand.
How much did this frame cost me? Have a guess down below. How much does this frame cost? How much does an LCR 007 frame set cost? This is the exact same frame set that Cookie Man Phil Gaimon rides, aka his Nove, and they're made, they're all painted in Yixin.com or lightcarbon.com, same company, just different websites.
I guess the main issue it seems that Harley has with this whole Phil Gaimon and Nove situation is the fact that he keeps claiming that Phil is lying about where these frames are coming from. He keeps claiming that Phil Gaimon refuses to accept that this frame that Harley has here is exactly the same, from the same mold as his Nove frames.
Exact same frame as you know, Mr. 7 watts per kilo. Will I be able to do 7 watts per kilo Norton Summit on this one? I don't know.
So yeah, I saw that video and I was like, well, there's not a great deal of drama here. It's just him trolling, him just getting a rise out of Phil, potentially trying to create drama, create views, create clicks, create this beef that probably isn't there, and he probably didn't get his rise out of Phil when he was claiming that he was doping. So maybe going down this road and trying to attack him for this might be something that is going to get Phil to bite. I don't know. And bearing in mind, I'm not on Phil's side here. I'm just trying to report it totally unbiasedly. Now, if this was the end of the story, I'd have probably deleted this by now, because it's really a non-story. However, 5 days later, DurianRider posts another video, and this one is titled, Phil Gaimon makes fake rate claims against me and his Chinese carbon bike scam. Come on, roll the tape. Let's see what's happening in this one.
So Phil Gaimon calls me a rapist and a pedo.
Whoa, right, off the bat, that's... Come on, we can't just be throwing accusations around like that. We need to look into that a little bit more, but this is starting off crazy.
Lightcarbon.com, aka Yixin.com, LCR 007 V is the frame set that Nove bikes sell. Yixin Light Carbon have taken frame set off the website because of controversy, but they have confirmed that this is the bike. Nove have confirmed that this is the bike that they get from Yixin Lightcarbon.com.
I'd like to see the proof of that. Because it's all right just spouting shit out, but if you're not backing it up with like actual evidence, then people get away with it far too easily nowadays on social media. The fact that they can literally say anything they want and people will believe that. Like, if Nova have said that, that's cool, but we need proof of that. All right, enough of this video. I'm bored of this already. Let's go and get Phil's view on this, because it took me a while to find it. There was nothing in the comments in this video of actually where Phil had actually said this. Eventually, like about an hour after searching the comments, I found someone who'd said that Phil had actually written something in his community page on his channel. So let's head there now and go and read what Phil has said. Okay? God, I was hoping it was just going to be like a little paragraph of him saying something that I could just summary. But it's not, it's a long one. So let's get into it. I ran into the troll when I was filming a KOM attempt in Australia and he showed up uninvited. While I'm new to YouTube and have never watched his videos, I'd heard of him, so I asked him to introduce the climb on camera and did a post with him on Instagram. He did a great intro that I thought would be a good collab. But that night I received many messages from locals telling me it would be a smart idea to stay away from this troll, and several women contacted me specifically asking that the troll not appear in my videos, explaining that he's an alleged rapist, has allegedly been caught with underage women, and is generally an unsavoury character. Big difference between saying what someone had said and alleged than actually calling out someone for being a pedo and a rapist. But what about this bike? Let's just get to the drama of the bike, Phil, please. We've sorted that rape allegation thing out. Clearly he didn't call him a rapist. If anybody's got proof otherwise, then comment below, leave it. The troll didn't take that well, first making a series of videos calling me a doper. What he wanted was me to make a denial video and send him traffic, but my stance on doping is public. I'm above reproach there and I don't need to defend myself. So he continued with another video apologising to me, then went back to attacks, and finally a series going after my bike sponsor, claiming that it's a crappy bike made of Chinese carbon. I'm going to say this once. Pretty much all of the bikes sold around the world today are made in China or Taiwan. Most of them use carbon from China, and there's nothing wrong with that unless you're racing. Good point. My bike is great and I wouldn't advise trying to navigate bike sales direct from factories. My bike sponsor has exclusive rights to their mould, so if someone is claiming to sell you their exact frame, that's a lie in some capacity. So let's pick up that point. First off, he's saying that Nove has their exclusive owned mould within the manufacturing process, so technically no one else should be able to provide the same frame. But what is that mold? Like, is there something slightly different with that mold that makes it technically different and exclusive to them, but really it's the same, it's just a slightly thicker head tube or slightly thicker chain stays, and that's the only thing that makes it slightly different from the other. Same carbon's being used, same manufacturing process is being used, but because of that one slight tweak, that it becomes a totally different bike. I don't know, what's your thoughts? I don't know what my thoughts on this are, because from one point of view, even if it's the same bike, I can see why people would go to the brand. I could see why people would want to buy a brand bike, because it comes with reputation, it comes with recommendations, and it comes with ultimately a warranty and actually someone to be able to talk to about that bike. Whereas buying from the factory, you don't know who you're buying it from, you don't know how long it's going to take to get there, you don't know if you're buying a factory second, because there's no responsibility taken by the factory if that bike fails. One thing I pride myself on is my honesty, and let me give you my honest opinion of this. I couldn't give a shit I really couldn't. This story to me is DurianRider using potentially Phil's popularity at the minute because of his crash and everything that he's trying to achieve on his channel to garner clicks and to garner views and to keep himself relevant. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Coming up on Sunday is my training vlog. It's been the last week of training prior to my big event at the weekend. Fingers crossed that I do well. I don't know if I will or not, but Sunday the vlog will be out, so you'll be able to catch up on everything that I've been up to this week, which has not been much because I'm tapering. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, notification button, do all that jazz, and then boom, transition. We out.